Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome to the Wolfpack Podcast. Well, family, loyalty, and power more than just words. No, I'm life. I'm your host, Snazzy, a.k.a. Ben Smith. And together, we'll explore the worlds. What am I saying? Screw it. Welcome to episode 52 of the 1 year Wolfpack Podcast. Coming at you live. I'm your host, Wolf Snazzy, a.k.a. Ben Smith. This is the 1 year episode. I got some shout outs to drop. I've got some news to drop. What else are we dropping? Not my balls. Sorry, was that too vulgar too soon? Was it too vulgar? Family friendly? All I said was, what if I was talking about basketballs? Wheezy F, baby. Hey, hi, how you doing? Wolf Snazzy here. I'm checking out the OBS studio. How we looking? Looking sharp. Hair is looking nice and wet from the pool. This is not shampooed, clean hair. This is pool water hair. For those of you seeing this on the YouTube. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning into episode 52. It is 6:57 in the morning. I don't know if you really could see that. I don't know. I have a green screen behind me. If you're checking on the YouTube, we just purchased a green screen over the weekend, fairly cheap from Amazon, and it velcros to the back of my chair. If you are hearing this, do not think that I have some sort of professional studio. No, I'm still sitting in the same bedroom where I've done the podcast, but there's actually a gigantic green screen strapped to my chair, so it looks like I'm just sitting here on the computer screen. You don't know where I'm at, what I'm doing, what my next move could be. But I'm here, I'm square, and I'm never fair. You heard me. 90 degrees on all four corners. 90 degrees on all four corners locked in with 75 degrees outside. I stay toked up on the outside ozone layers coming down into my skin cells. They empower me and make me feel like I'm being mutated by radiation like Hulk. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Don't make no sense. Anyways, first thing I want to do is I want to get some shout outs. This is the episode 52, 1 year of the Wolfpack Podcast. Baby just screamed in the back. We're on limited time. First shout out I want to give is to Shot Don. Keep putting in the hard work at your job. Keep putting in the effort that you're doing. Don't think that the hard work is not being noticed. I remember the conversation we had where sometimes you feel that ego could come into line or arrogance could come into line, and you don't want that to be what you're known for, and you're not. Remember what I said. You should feel proud of the position you're in and the accomplishments that you've made in your job and the growth that you have, grown. Didn't say that right. But remember, again, it's what you do with that knowledge. It's what you do with that pride in yourself, how you act to others. Do you choose to be arrogant with your knowledge now, with your skill set? Do you really think you're better? No. And I'm not saying these things to attack my friend. My friend is not doing that. These things could be said to almost anybody else and for whatever else they have going on in their life. Don't let it get to your head. Keep up the good work. Doing good. Second shout out, my boy Drizzy. His wife, they had their second baby, second son. Happy to see his family grow. Congratulations. Glad everything went smooth. The two baby boys. My buddy's family growing, man. He's growing. Two of them ain't no joke. Twins come in hot. Twins come in hot. Two of them, you have one a little bit older and the one a little bit younger. Now you got one who want to run around, the other one wanting to not run around because they don't know what to run around. I can only imagine the challenge that you have to have two kids at different ages. I ain't gonna say that's any easier. No, sir. Them children, they know. A good thing, too, I'm excited about with doing the podcast on YouTube is if you are watching this, bear with me. I am going to try and look at the camera for most of it. It is training for me, looking at the camera when I need to talk, especially since I moved my camera. I have muscle memory to look to my far right from where it used to be. It is now practically almost in front of me. My baby is, maybe you heard her say hello, and that is another thing challenged by the podcast is the young ones. They make it a little challenging. But we still try and do what we got to do in time frames. No guarantee on how long this episode 52 will be, due to time. But we do it what we can, right? When it comes to things we have to talk about, I have just a tiny couple. Big thing I want to do is give those 2 shout outs out of the way. I'm sorry if the other ones that I was trying to think of, which none of you guys would know. So shout outs. But if I think of it, I will say it. I'm sorry. No, actually. Think for a second, Ben. Shout out to my boy Christian Phillips for the inspiring comments that we had over the phone call. I appreciate that, my brother. You did not have to say those things, but you did, and those are very thankful. It doesn't take much to actually give somebody another boost of confidence, or not confidence, but a boost of motivation. Because when the discipline is starting to run a little thin, sometimes that motivation can re-spark it and keep that discipline going. And a lot of times people don't have to say some of the words that they choose to say. And when they choose to say some of the words that are actually beneficial for your life, and they're accurate, and they provide value, and it's not a way to manipulate and bring you down, those people are very valuable in your life. Shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to the, actually, let me do this. 2 seconds, guys. Shout out on my YouTube at the Nate's World. I do love your videos. Very cool. I appreciate that inspiring comment, my friend. Genuinely. One of the first comments on my YouTube videos from somebody I do not know. Whether he truly watches them, if he ends up watching this, thank you very much. Seriously. I wouldn't have thought or known how much that comment genuinely meant until you left it. So that's another big one I wanted to give out there. And I'd like to, not in what I'm about to say, I guess, kind of sense of what I had just said. I want to be better at the shout outs for the people that are showing support for the show. Let me just say it like that. Fuck it. If you're showing support for the show, you deserve some sort of a shout out in this manner. We're growing here. You're wanting to be a part of the community, and I appreciate that. You're helping me more than you know. And I feel like in a sense you deserve some sort of a kickback, Warren, and it's not going to be me giving you $5. $5 ain't happening, player. Hey, you could take your $5, go back to the liquor store. Take the $5, go back to the liquor store, go to the back, get your little 12-pack of the little tall boys. 2 of them. But you just said 12, nah. I'm not going nowhere with this one. So anyways, though, let's get on to the first main topic. And it's clearly the news that's going around America right now that I'm sure we all know of, beyond what I'm about to tell you, is the American Airlines plane that crashed into the Army helicopter, the Army Black Hawk helicopter over the DC Potomac River. This happened on Friday, I believe, or no, Thursday, 9 p.m. I was hearing about it on the radio on Friday. Terrible news, man. This is from the CBSnews.com on their What We Know About the American Airlines Plane and the Army Helicopter Crash over DC's Potomac River. It's by Ferris Tenyos, Emily May Shire, and Jordan Freeman. I'm going to read just a little bit. A passenger jet and a Black Hawk helicopter that collided in midair Wednesday and crashed into the Potomac River near Reagan National Airport near Washington, D.C., left 0 survivors. Some of the 67 victims have been identified as more details are led up to the incident start to emerge. The plane, American Eagle flight number 5342, a regional jetliner, was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members on a flight from Wichita, Kansas. There were 3 soldiers aboard. The U.S. Army's, I'm going to say that word wrong, Sikorsky, I don't know, H-60, a Defense Department official told me, whatever, Black Hawk. At least 42 bodies have been recovered as of Saturday. National Transportation Safety Board officials said 38 of whom have been identified. The NTSB is expected to provide another update Saturday afternoon. District of Columbia Fire and Emergency Medical Services Chief John Donnelly earlier said that efforts at the scene had switched from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. Here's what we know about the crash. American Eagle flight number 5342, which was operated by PSA Airlines, collided midair with a Black Hawk H-60 helicopter at around 9 p.m. Wednesday, while approaching a runway at Reagan National Airport, the FAA said the plane had taken off from Wichita, Kansas. American Eagle and PSA Airlines are subsidiaries of American Airlines. The helicopter involved in the collision was on a training flight and had belonged to B Company, 12th Aviation Battalion of the Fort Belvoir in Virginia. Joint Task Force National Capital Region Media Chief Heather Cheris told CBS News. Good grief, that was a long sentence. It appears the chopper was flying nearly 200 feet higher than it should have been at the time of the crash, officials said. One air traffic controller was managing the helicopters and some planes from the Reagan National Airport Tower at the time of the collision, a job normally done by 2 people. 2 sources tell CBS. The NTB will look at whether their staffing played a role in the deadly midair collision, a former chairman of the agency, Robert Sumwalt, said on the CBS Mornings Friday. It's not uncommon for air traffic controllers to combine positions. Why does ads keep coming up? To combine positions based on the workload at an existing time. I think what's important here is to let the NTSB sort through the details and figure out if this had any effect at all on operations, Sumwalt said. Tragic, dude. What we know about the plane crash victims: top figure skaters from Russia, including 6 people with ties to the skating club of Boston. There's a couple athletes. Man. It looks like maybe a good couple political skaters. Man. This is the first major U.S. commercial crash in almost 16 years. So this is the part where we're going to get a little haywire, and I don't know a lot about planes and stuff like that. I'm not going to claim to. But can I just say this? If modern day $30,000 cars are coming with sensors on the front and rear that can detect collision from a vehicle moving under 10 miles an hour, you can be coasting 10 miles an hour coming to a wall and your vehicle will alert you. I'm pretty sure, and you can fact check me, I am pretty sure that a $5 to $11 million Black Hawk helicopter, military, has sonar, that it has some sort of technological equipment inside of it that has a proximity sensor, something, some sort of radar. You had 3 guys in the helicopter, 2 up front, 1 either on the left or the rear or in the middle. Apparently they were supposed to have 4 in the Black Hawk helicopter. I heard bits and pieces on the 99.7 WTN radio station where Matt Murphy on the 3 to 7 hour, he actually had a former Black Hawk helicopter crew chief for that same route on his show, and I didn't get to hear all of it, but for the most part it sounded like there was a little bit of discrepancies between only having 1 person in air traffic control instead of 2. Especially, I believe that they have stated that at that airport at 9 o'clock, due to staffing challenges, they do go to one air traffic controller at 9 o'clock. Now, it was nighttime. I don't know, but I would imagine maybe that the military is flying with night vision. Maybe not because we're in a city. I don't know. I've never worn night vision. I don't know how they actually react. I'm just speculating. I'm also speculating that at these altitudes, that where you're flying, that knowing your location is just over the runway, you are just in front of the runway. Should there be some communications that go on with air traffic control beforehand? And what if we were in training? Why were we not checking altitude? You were 200 feet above, apparently. Thirdly, how did we not see the plane's landing lights? How did we not see the plane's landing lights? I'm not trying to come from a standpoint that there is something up, or that the government did this, or that U.S. troops did this, or that somebody wanted to. I don't want to say that, because that was my first genuine thoughts when hearing this news, guys, was this sucks. I can only imagine about the dude sitting in the airport waiting on his wife, who she was at a low altitude, was allowed to text him, "We are about to land." I can only imagine trying to put myself in that situation. And I can only pray that these people in the helicopter and in the plane didn't feel any pain, that the moment this impact happened, that God put their hand on them and welcomed them into heaven. That they didn't have to feel the impact or the explosion, and that maybe they didn't have any anxiety-ridden thoughts, just before. It's no joke. Just picture your own loved one on a plane, or picture yourself on a plane and not knowing. And there's also been another plane crash in the Philadelphia area. I'm seeing on the CBS News right here. Looked like it was a small plane. I can't pull up I'm afraid to click on this. Yeah, I don't. It was an air ambulance passenger airplane. Wow. Crashed in Philadelphia. Just happened. Man, what's the date? When did this just happen? Is this even after? Philadelphia. Can't even spell it. Philadelphia crash. 13 hours. Hold on, dude. CBS News again here, guys. Plane crash in Philadelphia neighborhood kills 7. Several homes catch fire. 6 passengers on a medical jet and 1 person on the ground were killed after the plane crashed in a Philadelphia neighborhood on Friday evening. Jesus Christ. Hospitals in the city report at least 20 victims have been treated for injuries from the crash, which caused an explosion in several homes ablaze near the Roosevelt Mall and the area of Roosevelt Boulevard and Cottman Avenue. The small plane, a Learjet 55, had just departed Northeast Philadelphia Airport bound for Springfield, Missouri when it went down, according to a statement from the Federal Aviation. Good grief. Wow. There was a girl on there. A pediatric patient was a girl from Mexico who had received treatment at Shriners Children's Hospital in Philadelphia, according to Mel Bauer, a spokesperson for the hospital. Her treatment had ended, and she was on her way home, and the plane crashed. People aboard the plane were the girl, her mother, and 4 crew members. Man, it's just sad. It's sad because these situations are so uncontrollable. Just so mind-boggling too for me. Man. There's some serious stuff. It's just some, kind of put you over, but I want to play this is a clip from Trump app. I think it's from CBS. I'll tell you whenever I click it. It's from TikTok. The clip is on TikTok. I'll say who posted it so everybody can have their rights. He is talking about the Black Hawk.
You had a helicopter that had the ability to stop.
It's from the Daily Mail.
You can stop a helicopter very quickly. It had the ability to go up or down. It had the ability to turn. And the turn it made was not the correct turn, obviously. It did somewhat the opposite of what it was told. You could have slowed down the helicopter substantially. You could have stopped the helicopter. You could have gone up. You could have gone down. You could have gone straight up, straight down. You could have turned. You could have done a million different maneuvers. They shouldn't have been at the same height, because if it was at the same height, you could have gone under it or over it, and nobody realized, or they didn't say that it's at the same height. At the same height, it still wouldn't have been great, but you would have missed it by quite a bit. Could have been 1,000 feet higher. It could have been 200 feet lower, but it was exactly at the same height, and somebody should have been able to point that out. You had a helicopter.
I'm just saying. I don't know, and I'm not trying to point it only on the Black Hawk either. Who knows what the plane pilot could have seen? Could the plane pilot have actually seen this coming, This is what a D.C. secretary says.
If you live in the D.C. area,
this is from CBS News.
This was a clear night last night. The helicopter was in a standard pattern. If you live in the D.C. area, you'll see helicopters up and down the river. This flight pattern is seen oftentimes when you live in D.C. This was a standard flight pattern last night as well. The American airline flight coming into land was in a standard flight pattern as it was coming into DCA. So this was not unusual with a military aircraft flying the river and aircraft landing at DCA. And again, if you live in the area...
You say pattern. Is that the right word? I'm not sure. I think, though, when it comes to clips, that's all we got right here. Check the favorites real quick. Thought I had some. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh. We're playing it. This is important.
Remember this, is that
Inspire
people are
bit.
time wasters, and the great majority of people have no goals, they have no priorities, they have no plans, they have no concern about becoming successful, and they think that you're the same. They think because their time isn't worth anything, that your time isn't worth anything also.
Remember that. Remember that. Let's see what else we got. Hold on. I got another one.
Eliminate destructive self-criticism. In other words, never say anything destructively critical about yourself. Just don't say it. Here's the basic rule. Since your subconscious accepts whatever you say as true, as being a command, what you do is you don't say anything about yourself that you do not sincerely desire to be true. Don't say, I'm fat, I'm tired. Don't say, I can't, or I have to. Don't say anything unless you want it to be true. Remember, the words that come after the word I are the words that your subconscious records as commands, except for when you say, I wish or I'll try. So eliminate destructive self-criticism. Only speak in positive terms about yourself. I like myself. I like myself. I can do it. I will do it. I choose to do it. But not I can't or so on. Number 2 is refuse to be manipulated by guilt. Refuse to be manipulated by guilt. Because Every time you allow somebody to manipulate you by guilt, you know what happens? You reinforce and make stronger the effect or the influence of guilt in your life.
Let that be remembered, my friends. Let that be remembered. Okay? I'm going to read this excerpt. This is from wisewords.01. I don't know where he took it from, but we're going to read it. Wisewords.01. You think you're an introvert because you like being alone, but in reality, you just love being at peace. And you're actually extroverted around people who bring you peace. And to be honest, not trying to be cringy, feel that about myself a lot. I feel like I've always been conflicted into thinking whether I was an introvert or extrovert, but then surprised myself with how explosive I can be if I'm around the right people. Sadly, some people don't do any good for you in your life. They don't bring you any value. They don't do any good for you. They want what's for them. And they're only in it for them because you have something that they want. Some people want to use or manipulate by making you feel guilty. Some people also don't know how to communicate. I'm not the best. But doing a podcast for a year, I think that's a form of practice. Looking into the camera like I am right now, it's practice. So in this moment, I'm practicing my communication, getting slowly better at it. Better than the person who doesn't care to try and communicate appropriately. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this. But maybe sometimes some self-reflection and evaluation on how we treat others and how others treat us is probably something we need to think about a little bit more often. Because we can easily become into this routine of how people treat us. That's the normal. And that it's appropriate. Confrontation scares people sometimes. Not a lot of people like to have those adult conversations where you let the person speak until they're done talking and then you speak. Too many people are caught up on waiting for their turn to speak that they just want to interrupt you to say what they have to say, and it does not actually align with the argument. They just want to say something to hurt you. They have zero reason. You've done nothing. They just have something going on that they want to suppress. And to suppress that is to bring you down too. Because if you're down, I am too. Nobody's above me. And I'm speaking purely mental here. Not financial. Not materialistic. Talking just pure mental. How your headspace is determines how you treat others. How you view yourself determines how you treat others. How you view respect determines how you talk to others. Respect is mutual. If I come to you and smack you in the face when I start the conversation, I can't be surprised if you smack me right back. But if I come and give you a hug, and you push me away, clearly somebody's upset and the other one's not. That should lead to a good conversation. Not somebody that is upset or not upset, getting to put those feelings on somebody else to make them feel bad. I hope this is making sense. The big picture here is sometimes think about how you talk to people. We live in a world where it's too easy to talk how we want to talk. It's too easy. Say what we want to say, how we want to say it, to who we want to say it. And we have protection, laws. You know? Because words are words, but physical abuse is physical. I can cuss you out, and it's far different than punching you in the face. I didn't say one was better than the other or that you should do both. The easy answer is to do neither and to try and work it out. But when you pour gasoline on something and add a source of, flamboyant, I don't know, fire or whatever, it goes into flames. Nothing's cool in there no more. So when shit hits the fan, per se, now I guess both people of the party need to figure out how to communicate. Because nobody's the big person at that point. Once two people are mad, just like my baby is over there screaming. She broke the immersion I was trying to give. I don't know. It's episode 52. Why the fuck am I being so serious? If motherfuckers want to talk some shit, but they say it behind your back, fucking let them, because they ain't got the balls to say it to your face. Remember that. Tony Soprano said it the best. Simple as that, right? Live your life day by day doing what the fuck you know to do best. And if motherfuckers want to sit around and talk some smack, let them. Let it be fuel for you to do better. Because you're doing something good. To an extent. If they're running their mouth about you. Now, shame on them if they're talking, shame on them for talking about you in two reasons. One, if you're not doing something good and you can improve on, and they choose to talk about it instead of actually trying to help you improve. Or they're talking about you because you're doing good in life and they hate it and they don't like to see it. For some reason, what I'm doing affects you so heartily that you got to bring me down too. What does this have to do with you? And that's the beauty of the online realm, is the mass amounts of opinions. And it's fun to just see them flood in. And then you can sift through which ones are real, which ones are accurate, which one makes the most sense. And then we learn. That was just a lot of word vomit. And yeah, a little too serious word vomit. I'd like to end the word vomit with this. If you'd like to have that conversation with me, I am more than ready. Always. I'm not afraid to have a confrontation. What the I'm not afraid to have a conversation. Look at me trying to be all serious. I was trying to be all like, look at me looking at the camera, acting like I'm some macho dude. This will be good to watch back though, because again, I'm looking at the camera a lot. And that's what I want to do here, right? It's like looking into eye contact here, but it's a little bit easier because it's an inanimate object. So I can be like, what do you want? I'm not afraid of you. I don't want to kiss you right now. Maybe I do. No, just moving on from it. Moving on. We've been lingering too long on that. If they want to say it behind your back, let them. Until they come to you and want to tell you about it face to face. Have those conversations. Don't let somebody come and put their opinion on you and let that manipulate you. It's an opinion, not a fact. If we have facts, let's talk facts. I'm always down to go down this hole, baby. I'm always ready, locked in, like an ODST trooper. I jump in feet first into hell, bitch. Always ready. moving on. Actually, I'm going to say screw it. I want to play this one clip. It's funny. Change up the mood real quick. Joker's over here getting scared. They got sweat coming out of their armpits. Chill out. Put some freaking deodorant on. Ain't nobody going to hurt you. Ain't nobody going to hurt you, bro. Chill out. We good, homie. We're friends. Here we go.
I just found
Life
out
really
that
sucks.
apparently a lemon isn't naturally occurring and is a hybrid by crossbreeding a bitter orange and a citron, which means life never gave us lemons. We invented them all by ourselves. I just found out.
Truthfully, I really like that edit. I wonder how bro got banned from YouTube Shorts. Dang. Yeah, no, I like this account though. Life Really Sucks. He makes these edits. They're pretty cool. Check him out, man. I guess he's banned from YouTube Shorts though. That's funny. Okay, so we'll wrap up on here for the podcast after having a brief serious moment. Again, if you want to have that conversation, I'm ready. You want to have it? Let's go. Do you feel like I'm talking about you? Do you feel like I am? If you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. I'm looking at you right now if you're looking at the video. And if you're listening, I'm talking right into your ears. Let's talk about it. Does this mean I'm crazy? Are these signs of craziness? Is this psychotic behavior? No. So, actually, because it's my YouTube channel, I can actually go to YouTube and show my YouTube channel. So, if you're watching on YouTube, now you're looking at my YouTube channel on YouTube while watching me on YouTube. I am actually doing my best. I don't have, and I said it on last episode, I don't have a schedule for video uploads. At least just post one full length a week. If I've got more, let's do it. Just because it's a great way to get out there. And when I have these videos, I can make the clips from them and post them on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or TikTok. And yeah, what I want to talk about on the podcast here as I wrap it up is what I'm very proud of myself for starting the YouTube channel and actually posting again. Because the motorcycle content was just, I was throwing a lot out there. Wasn't doing much. And then I stopped and I tried to do a moto vlog and I just, so then I started doing some playthroughs and I started to make that Minecraft Let's Play, and I have 3 episodes out. I don't have a 4th one recorded or edited or whatever, because frankly, guys, Minecraft for me was a game that I truly had played when it first came out in 2013 on Xbox or something. I played it religiously, insanely, psychotically, played it a lot. And it's a great game. It's a top selling game for a reason. But and that's why I made the YouTube, is because I knew I liked it and I thought, why not? It'll be fun. And I will say, I'm not saying I'm not going to make any more Minecraft videos. I'm not. But I don't know if that's going to be the next one I'm going hard on, for example. Just because as I was playing, I was getting hit with, I don't think I really want to play Minecraft. Like, I'm forcing myself to play it, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel fun to a degree because I'm forcing myself to play it. Versus games for me should be forced. They just come natural. I do it for entertainment. So that's just something I'm looking at and addressing my thoughts on and feelings. Based off the past 2 episodes, I was kind of like, how do I feel? So, yeah. And then I have my podcast full-length YouTube video posted up there. And I'll be posting this one as well. And then we also have our first Hella Loose video. Not a bad one. I've got another one of those I'm ready to post. Or actually, I need to edit it just a little bit more, and then it'll be ready. The thing, though, is... Again, I'm very proud of myself for doing it. But I do not need to put myself in a position of playing things that I don't want to play. Because I already don't have but 2 days really to play games. Two nighttime days, like late nights. You know, I'm not even getting all day. And to spend that time playing a game I'm not enjoying, and then to have to edit the clip all week, guys, that's not doing me any favors, and that's not doing you any favors, because that's going to honestly lead to me not posting quality content. And that's really not what I'm here to do for you guys. I want to learn and grow and try and improve on every episode, not go down a compound effect of depression making Minecraft videos and I'm not having fun, and then I kill this content creation dream because I was doing it wrong, forcing myself to play things I don't want to play. That is not what I want to do. So I'm going to try and correct it, and I'm trying to figure out what I really want to play, as in for a continuous Let's Play series, because I gave the impression with the Minecraft that this is a Let's Play series, and that can lead to some false hopes from people that may have enjoyed it, and I really hope people did, and I'm not trying to hurt feelings, but I really hope that if they ended up listening to this podcast YouTube video, that they can understand the lore of why the Minecraft may have slowed down a lot. And who knows, I could easily pick it up and go right back at it at my free will. Just right now, I'm making the choice of wanting to play different games and figure something out. So, just, yeah, need to find a game to post on more. But I wanted to share that. That was kind of my way of wrapping it up right there. Episode 52 of the 1 Year Podcast. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, guys. I'm not going to do an outro song this time just because I actually need to get growing. Need to go get the groceries, get the day started. It is now 7:40 a.m. on 2/2/25. And yeah, thank you guys very much again for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to look at the camera and say bye-bye. Bye, buddy. Again, thank you so much. I'll catch you on episode 53 next week. Peace, guys.